Hey guys, well, I'm out and about, feeling a little better than I was, not hurting near as bad, but remember I told y'all that I had bought another farmer's equipment out. This one's unbelievable if you really want to know the truth of it. So me and the missus was talking, and she happened to say, we need another manure spreader. Really, you don't happen to have one of them you're going to get rid of, do you? And she started laughing. She saw it was a joke. He said, well, and he pointed. He said, I think over in that fence row, there's one sitting over there. He said, I don't know if it's any count, but we can go look at it. So we went and looked at it. And we walked up. I got up here to the bed of it, and I thought, oh man, beat on the side of it there a little bit. I was walking up to it, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I'd look down in it, and where it had been sitting so long, there's a nail. That probably ain't good. I reached down here, and I hit the floor. It had all kind of leaves and whatnot in it, as you can imagine. So I said, well, what do you think you got to have for it? He said, I don't believe you'd ever get it going. And I'm like, well, I'd like to have the opportunity. He said, well, he's thought about it a second. He said, would you give $35 for it? I was like, you're kidding. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. He said, I just don't believe you'd ever get it going. So I stuck my hand out. He looked at me and we shook. I said, well, yeah, I've bought that. He started laughing. So, y'all look, I aired these tires up, and I'll tell you about it here in a second. Look at that. That's how long they've been sitting. They've dry rotted so bad. And I'll tell you how that worked. So my neighbor, some of y'all got to meet here lately. I've been bringing him into a bunch of streams, Clint. He really ain't my neighbor. He's actually my brother from another mother, if you want to know the truth of it. I dearly love that man with all my heart and soul. But anyway, I got to tell him about it all, and he said, well, heck, let's go get it. So we went over there, and as we was pulling up, he looked at me, and I was like, what? He said, what in the heck have you bought? I started dying. And I told him. He said, what'd you have to give for it? And I told him, I said, I give $35 for it. He said, you're kidding. So he looked the same thing. He said, man, he said, I don't know. He said, we're probably going to have to get tires and put on it, or we can drag it up to the tractor shop up there. I was like, yeah, which way the other, we'll try it. So he had the service truck, and we fired the compressor up on the service truck, brought it over there. I started airing them tires up. He said, good night living, bro. They're actually moving. It's pumping up. I'm like, you're kidding. So we got them aired up. Now, the farm where we bought this is about, I don't know, probably about 15 miles away. He said, you want to try it? I said, yeah, we might as well. We both started laughing. He looked at me, he said, what are we going to do if the tires blow out? I said, give it more gas. Let's just get onto the house with it. So what we ended up having to do, he started putting grease to it. And y'all can tell. He started putting grease in these fittings. Every fitting on this old manure spreader took, except for that one right there. That one right there is broke off. That's the only reason it didn't take. Now what we found out once we did get it here, we got to tinkering with it. You can see that chain right there. This chain is off. That drives this piece right here. So that auger looking thing, that's what actually spreads the manure. And it's bent up so bad, as you can tell, it was binding that chain over to where it wouldn't run. So we took that chain off, fired into it, turned the PTO on, and man, that sucker started working. I could not get over it. So what I think we'll end up having to do, so you get a hold of it, you can't even move the daggone thing. It's bent up so bad. But I'm gonna take my angle grinder and come in here on these welds where this thing is welded. I'll take them loose and I'll get another piece of pipe. Really, that's all this is just a piece of pipe, and they've welded these augers to it. You can tell it's been full with before, but yeah, I'll put that new deal on it. And man, look, from the other day when I made that video telling y'all and showing you the new hay bind, we brought that home the same day. We have not touched them tires. I haven't put nothing in them tires. The hair stayed up. I can't get over it. You know what I mean? Now, that's pretty awesome to me. Well, let me do something here. I'm gonna put y'all in I'll put y'all in my little tripod deal here and set you down on the ground for a second. And I'll fire the little tractor up here and turn the PTO on, and I'll show y'all what it looks like running. Hold on a second. Well, there you have it, guys. I'm telling you, first time. And they're not actually sure, but they know it's been sitting over in that fence row for 20 years, at least 20 years. Floor chain's moving good. Now what those two right there end up doing, as you load the spreader and you get a mountain up here, it'll want to clump up, and sometimes you get a bunch of hay build up or hard spots. As these are spinning, they loosen it up to where it comes back here and hits into the spreader. That's what spreads it out. You know what I mean? So those are just what we call them declumpers. I don't know what the actual term is. That's what I call them. They just break it up to when it comes out here, it's throwing it out in a fine bunch instead of great big clumps. But check it out. Look at that. If any of my farmer people out here happen to see this, I've looked everywhere. Down on the frame, underneath of it, on the tongue up here, I cannot find the manufacturer. So if anybody has an idea as to what it might be, leave it for me in the comments. But y'all, I can't even get over it. I'm gonna clean the old baby up real good, wash the floor out. Then I'm gonna take some old oil, brush on it real good, and let that oil soak into this metal pretty good, to where maybe stop some of the rust factor and stuff won't cling on it so bad. And it's pretty awesome. If you want to know the truth of it, I'd have never. I'll give you my word that I didn't have much faith that it would go either. I thought, man, I'll be working on it for a minute to get it going, but you don't even know how stoked I was when we hooked this baby up and it worked. I'm totally shocked. Very pleased. Great addition to the farm. Needed one badly. And to give what we give for it, my goodness sakes. You know, even one in this shape right here, you're looking. Neighbor, being he owns a tractor dealership or part owner of one, he said if this thing had a coat of paint on it and you set it out there, it'd bring $2,000 to $2,500. Well, it ain't for sale. You know what I mean? Just another piece of equipment I saved, or we saved actually, because he helped me. He'll end up helping me get them augers straightened out back there again too. But another piece of equipment we saved from just absolutely rusting away. But I can't get over it, guys, to be honest with you. Let me look, you can tell how long it's sitting. Look at the kink in that chain. As that chain goes by, look at the kinks in it. That's what I'm saying. I gotta soak everything in oil real good, get them chains back where they're soft again. But I'm so pleased and so stoked. Turn the tractor off. It's pretty crazy. You know, y'all definitely, we've been doing some talking, and we got some things lined out. We got some neighbors around that full of a lot of cattle still, and we believe we've got some folks lined up. Well, we don't believe, we know we got some folks up that's gonna let us haul a little manure, and you know, they want to play these games with us small farmers, or even with the big farmers, to be honest with you. I mean, prices of these fertilizers and whatnot, well, they could stick it where the sun don't shine. I'll get this baby in tip-top shape, put another set of tires on it where I can road it a little bit, taking up down the road without worrying about it. And we're going to start spreading manure on most of our pasture ground. Let it sit all winter long, and then they can do whatever they want with these fertilizers. They can stick it right where the sun don't shine. They want to put it to us, you know what I mean? We'll put it back to them. I'm your huckleberry, believe that. But I wanted to show you this, guys. Like I said, I cannot believe, you know what I mean? Absolutely cannot believe that this worked out the way it did. The good Lord said this was meant to be for me, us, and this farm, and so be it. That's what it was. Like I said, we'll put in a little time. I'll go to Lowe's or somewhere around close up here in town, and I'll buy another piece of that's I believe that's 1.25 inches. It might be 1.5 inches. I think it's 1.25 inches black iron pipe. I'll cut them augers off. We'll weld them back on there again and have this baby going good. So like next time you see it, I'll have had put some work into it. I'll have it all cleaned out, washed out. I'll have her all oiled down and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, if anybody would happen to know what brand this is, seeing it, leave me a comment on it, please. Let me know, because our best guess is it's a new idea. New idea was the innovators of the manure spreader, to be honest with you, and kind of have a feeling that's what it is. But when we look up, we can't never find a picture of this exact model, so we don't really know. So yeah, well guys, I ain't gonna bore you to death with this. I just wanted to show you this is just an amazing piece here, and totally glad. Matter of fact, the neighbor even said, Clint, it was funny, I had to laugh, it was hilarious. He said, well bro, one thing about it, if we don't get it running, he said, I'll buy it from you, and he said, we'll set it out here in the front, I'll paint it up, and he said, I'll make a flower bed thing out of yard ornament. I about died. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But it was funny. But no, that's it, guys. Like I said, I just wanted to show you all that, show you this was the next piece that we ended up getting. Still got 3 or 4 more pieces to go over and get. Don't know when we'll get on that, but we'll be getting on that soon. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Hope everybody has a great day. I'll see you on the next one.